Hey, just getting set up. Anybody? Let's see if that's working. There we go. All right. Tell the studio. Got some gentle music going. This all seems about right. Okay. So, just getting set up. Got water. Testing out this fancy brand of Bristol. Strathmore 300 series. 300 series. Smooth surface Bristol. Acid-free heavyweight, 20 sheets, 100 pound. You know, the good shit. I don't know if it's really that good, but it's new to me. So obviously, breaking out my favorite inking tool, my Pentel Aquash Felicity ink. But I have a fun gig on my plate right now that is going to also require some dip pen. So right now, break out a few of my dip pens. Some of these guys are getting kind of rusty. Let's see if we can get this to focus. You do it, buddy? Nope. Anyways, super rusty on the inside, but as far as I know, it still works. So, dip pen. Yeah. So, I'm listening to the shamelessly catchy power metal playlist I made. See if it freaks Google out. Doesn't seem impossible. So, oh, everything's gone yellow. Nice. Okay. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just like test out some inking supplies up here. So just get in here. That is incredibly smooth. It's really not bleeding. That is some nice stuff. You guys can't see that at all. Hold up. There we go. Thrilling stuff. So because I'm a sucker for punishment, I keep some Sumi ink in here. I have a bake bottle. CIC Tomo. And then I keep some in a film canister. It's mostly very good. However, depending on how gunked up the lid is, it can be a little splashy when you open it. So I don't recommend this. It's just a stopgap I'm using these days. Can't afford hundreds of tiny little jars. Someday I am going to have hundreds of tiny little jars. Till then, I have a couple of film canisters left over from long ago. World before digital cameras. Alright, and I have sticky ink fingers. Great for working on clean Bristol. Life goes on now. So let's get some ink on this guy. Oh my God. Nobody told me. This paper is so smooth. Holy shit. This is a very expressive dip pen. Nib, this is 22, I guess. Should have some ink in it. Also, dip pens don't super work at this thing. Sure. Yes, Leah, it is ASMR dip pens. Leah, you need to try this fucking paper. Holy shit. It's the smooth finish. It's really, really nice Bristol. It's terrifying scratching noise. Doesn't fucking bleed at all. Holy shit. Alright, maybe it bleeds a tiny bit. Not much though. Also, if I have to like get my face into the camera to decide if it's bleeding. Well, Leah, sometimes, as people who use the English language, we draw some butts. But. That's why the internet is full of porn. I'm not even funny, I'm just tired. Guys, I've been working my butt off this week. It's been good, but I finished some big freelance work and then I started some more freelance work. And I got some wolf neighbors in. So, productive week. Feels really good, but I'm traveling next week, at the end of the week, so I need to get my next job going and I want to do it on Bristol. So it is some stuff. So I'm going to angle this down now and pencil something that could be fun to draw. Let's see. So I need to pick up some more HB pencils. Do I have any in here? 6B, 3H. What happens to me to my own devices? Alright, cool. I do have one more HB. Looks real fancy. Oh, we're going to Chicago, Leah. We're going to visit my aunt. Gonna see some museums. Maybe some architecture. Should be good. Alright. Yeah, exactly. Alright, 1 second. Let me tell the internet something. Okay. What should I draw? What do you guys think? Is it just Leah? Hey Leah, let's hang out. I'm gonna see you probably again in a couple hours. We can hang on the internet. One of the things I have up in my studio is all these amazing Levi Hastings dinosaurs. And I love looking at like the Parasaurolophus and stuff and thinking about how they look like griffins. Maybe we'll do a weird griffin today. So we need a bird head. Let's do like a corvid or such. Griffin. You guys are such professionals. I'm gonna go eat a bunch of fucking nachos before the thing. We'll see you there. Okay, so. I've been getting better at thinking about bird wings as arms. So you have the shoulder, elbow, wrist, hand. and then feathers coming off of all of that. I think I have another griffin piece in the works actually, but whatever. My head is full of that good call. Good call. Let's see. Guys, I'm fucking pumped for nachos. Alright. The other thing about bird legs that's kind of fucked. So their hips, let's say their hips are back here. I am not looking at a raven skeleton while I do this, so this is not accurate, but we put the hips here. Then what's going on is their knees are coming up there and then coming out and down into feet. But because I'm doing a griffin, we want to pull that forward actually. And one of the things about griffins that sort of drives me crazy is that they end up with 2 pairs of back feet, which is pretty weird. Nacho pump, delicious. But I'm not really sure how to fix that. Because we don't have examples of bird 4-limb feet, claws. You know what I mean. Actually, if I'm doing a raven, then we should probably do something not a lion for this back end. So why don't we do a bobcat with their hilariously high butts? Just bobcats and lynxes, real high butts. And giant feet. I'm also trying to make sure I'm doing animal stuff for. All right, see you in a few hours, Leah. Bye. So, who else is here hanging out with me and briefly, Leah? Say hi. I always love to know who's hanging out. Couple of bobcat feet in. Now if this thing is going to take off, it's going to need some big heckin' wings. I wonder if I can change that wing position to look more natural. So I'm hoping to hit inks in like 5 minutes. So, you know. I've also been doing a lot of thinking recently about what makes a cat look like a cat. I think the hilarious bobcat over high butt is a pretty good one. Long back legs with small actual feet, because this is the whole foot. This is the heel of the cat foot, and then this is the toes. So it's like they're standing on the balls of their feet, which is pretty neat. Most quadrupedal mammals have legs like that, as opposed to ours where we stand We put our weight on the heel as well. I need to tilt this down a little bit more. How are we doing? Get that focused. There we go. Sorry about that. I will say one thing I need to fix in here is my lighting. It's definitely a problem with it in terms of how it looks on the stream. So that's something next week I'm going to try something new. So let's pull this leg in. So I've had pet birds for a lot of my life. I don't currently. But one of the things when you own birds is you spend a lot of time looking at how the hell do birds work. Nobody knows. It's a mystery. Complete mystery. Birds are a mystery. Bird feet are really cool though. All right. All right, this is a cool animal. It's not like telling us a lot about the world. So that's the next thing that we need to do. What can I add quickly? Quickly. Like 2 minutes. It's a really neat thing, actually, today. Change the posture of this guy a little bit. Give it a magic orb. Take some space off. Try and figure out this head space a little bit better. This thing's interesting silhouette. Let's see. Don't like the leg posture here. If you're listening to this magical fantasy music, then probably getting in the magical fantasy zone, which is good because that's what we're drawing here today. Okay, so now it's got an orb. Clearly what it needs is a wizard who has made a terrible mistake holding on to it. You can give this wizard a really weird pointy hat. And a robe. This is this isn't as interesting as I'd hoped. Try that again. Yeah, I don't think I want someone right there. It distracts from the next silhouette that I've worked so hard on. Multiple orbs. What do you guys think about multiple orbs? I'm pretty into it. All right. Let me do a little bit more definition on this person. Okay. I did it. I'm going to tell Twitter that it's a griffin. All right, so I got to build this popsicle stand in 25 minutes, give or take. And I left something, hold on just 1 second. I left something in the bathroom. All right, fun story. I didn't leave anything in the bathroom. I thought I had left my cell phone, which is also my watch, in the bathroom, but my cell phone is really doing the streaming right now, which is a great sign. Bodes well. All right, I'm gonna take out this rusted nib, and I'm gonna grab the 99. Imperial number 101. Don't stick yourself with it, it hurts. Here we are. This is a really flexible nib that like you can very quickly take all the ink out of. I'm gonna do also flatten the table out a little bit more. Everybody still focused? So I'll do some ink tests up here so you can see. Yeah, this nib is pretty intense to use. I'm gonna use a different nib. Isn't art fun? So I'm using Sumi ink, so none of these nibs are going to be ruined if I don't get them perfectly clean. But you should always clean off your nibs between use so they don't rust any further. So I like the 22. What's the other number I had? I have 99. This is the drawing nib. I think these guys probably benefit from having a like really thick ink. I think the Sumi ink might be too thin for these more flexible nibs. Because I'm just splitting the nib with even the slightest pressure. And that doesn't get any ink on the page. Back to that 22. A little bit firmer. It takes this particular ink better. All right, that'll do. So with ink, I'm gonna try and move from here to here. I've already put an inker print on the page. 'Cause that's just how I roll, guys. Ooh, great. Okay. Guys, I've been thinking about the bobcat second half, and the reason bobcats have these hilariously hard butts and giant back legs is because they are incredible jumpers. And one of the things that birds have to do when they want to get in the air is make a big jump. So honestly, I think this is a very practical griffin design that has thought about the mechanics of flight and shit. So it's been fun. Like, quite fun. Let's see. Was this a very accurate bird wing? I'm just having fun, guys. I'm not stressing accuracy. Working with what knowledge I have in my brain. This is an inking test, not a client piece that has to be super well researched or accurate to the universe. Which is good because that's not what I got in me at this end of the workday. Like, I'm getting the sinking feeling that feathers actually overlap in the opposite direction. That's okay, though. This is a magical bird. So, you know, fuck it. I also recommend not pushing the pen that way. You can get away with it more on this paper, for sure, and I am getting away with it more. But I don't think it's a particularly good call. Oop, ink. Time for time. 15 minutes. Will this be done? I don't know. If it's not done, and I have time next week, I will stream the rest of it. Because it's fun, and maybe I can get a nice square composition piece out of it. You know, if it goes well. Inking some bird feet. I did the cardinal sin of inking these bird feet before inking this figure, but this foot is in front of her in space, so that's my thinking. If it's the best plan or not, well, guys, it wasn't the best plan. We can just go ahead with that. But that's okay. You don't have to have the best plan every time you sit down to draw. You get better at it by doing it. Alright, so let's get this girl's hair in. Oh, guys, the ink was still wet. You know what, though? That's okay. I have a thing that is opaque and it goes over smudges like that, so later on when this is dry, actually dry, I'll go in with that. You guys still mixing up? Matt! Hi! I'm drawing a griffin. And then at 8, I'm gonna get nachos. That's how my night is shaping up. Also, everybody here has orbs. Matt, look, orbs. I'm orbing it up. Alright. Drawing the orb, girl. Get these orbs in. Well, I've got 7 minutes left to ink 3 feet and a belly. Maybe I can do it. Let's all find out. So, almost done. All right, I inked it. That's pretty all right. I'm going to clean this up and hit the road. For any clients watching and being like, why do you take so long on my images? Because I research your images and I do much better structural underdrawings on your images. This is an exercise in testing out a medium, and I have not looked up the anatomy of either of the animals used to create this new one. So, I held myself to a high standard on my client work. That these streaming exercises, that's not what they're about. They're about trying out a medium, testing new stuff. But yeah. If you watched along for the whole thing, thank you so much. I'm going to end this and hit the road. Yeah, it's been really fun. Friday night hangouts. All right. Thank you guys so much.